What's the dumbest way you've ever seen someone get caught cheating on a test? Okay, I need to hear these because nothing will ever top my high school friend, Kevin. This is the legend of the cheese string incident. Sophomore year, biology. Our teacher, Mr. Henderson, was this old, no-nonsense guy who had seen every trick in the book. The final was a huge deal, and Kevin was panicking. He wasn't a bad student. He was just incredibly, phenomenally lazy. The test was mostly diagrams, labeling parts of a cell, the human heart, a flower, that kind of thing. Kevin's brilliant plan, he wouldn't study the material. Instead, he would write all the labels on something he could sneak in, but he didn't use his arm. He didn't use a tiny piece of paper. He used a cheese string. The night before, he took a single cheese string, unraveled it into its weird, stringy cheese rope form, and used a fine-tipped Sharpie to meticulously write all the terms on it. Mitochondria, nucleus, chloroplast, aorta, stigma, style. You get the idea. He said it was like a tiny, edible cheat sheet. He then carefully re-rolled it and put it back in its plastic wrapper. Test day arrives. Kevin is sitting there cool as a cucumber. About halfway through the test, he casually reaches into his pocket, pulls out the cheese string, and places it on his desk. He thinks he's a genius. Who's going to suspect a kid of having a snack during a test? He starts subtly unraveling the cheese, looking for the label he needs. We're talking intense concentration, gently turning this greasy, sharpine-covered cheese rope with his fingertips. Mr. Henderson notices. Of course he notices. A student is slowly unraveling a piece of cheese on his desk. He walks over, silent as a ghost. He stands behind Kevin for a solid 10 seconds, just watching him squint at a greasy, smeared word that might have been phloem. Finally, Mr. Henderson leans down and says, in a dead quiet voice that carried across the entire silent room, "Mr. Thompson, is that a annotated dairy product?" The entire class lost it. We were howling. Kevin went beet red. Mr. Henderson didn't even get mad. He was too impressed by the sheer audacity and stupidity. He picked up the cheese string by one end, held it up like a rare artifact, and said, "I've seen notes on hands, inside water bottles, even on the bottom of a shoe. But this is a first. You get an F for the test, but an A for creativity." He then framed the cheese string cheat sheet and hung it on the wall behind his desk with a little placard that read, "The Price of Laziness, circa 2012. Kevin had to retake the class in summer school.